attribute that I want to share and talk about today is very near and dear to my heart. It's having a growth mindset. A growth mindset to me doesn't just mean that we're open to new things and open to growing. It's actually having a structure where we're intentional about growing. So for example, in my life and what we've incorporated at Intelecis are three things. First is, as a leadership team, we have a weekly leadership development meeting or training. It's very similar to professional development, personal development. This year in 2022, what we've done is we've enrolled with Darren Hardy, and we took on what was called the Hero's Journey. And through there, as a leadership team, we were able to grow together and learn together and really level up our own professional and personal skills. That's one thing that we did this year that was intentional from the get-go in January. The second one is what we feed our mind, what repetitions and what is it that we reinforce ourselves, but also our team. So one of the coolest things that we did this year is we promoted Charlie to CXO, Chief Experience Officer, and included was him being the main person to drive the culture in our organization. And what that looked like was incorporating a lot of ideas and a lot of philosophies that we wanted in our team members. So a few things that he came up with is the never and always list. What is it? And a part of that is to influence and to talk about and to keep top of mind the Intelecis way. So one of the things on that never and always list, for example, is never say no worries. So when a team member goes above and beyond and we deliver wow, and a client says, OMG, that was amazing, or you guys are spectacular, thank you so much. Instead of saying no worries, which really you're putting two negative words together, right? No and worried or worries. It doesn't sound good with us. It doesn't leave a good taste in our experience. So we want that experience to be changed. So instead, on the always side of the list, always say one of these three things. Anytime, my pleasure, or just simply, you're welcome. So part of this, part about being intentional and having repetition, we have daily huddles. So we cover our always and never in our daily huddles. We do our daily huddles twice a day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, and we reinforce this when we talk about this. So again, it's being intentional about the professional personal development so that we can continue to grow as a person, but also and professionally as well. So that's the second thing. The third thing that we do actually is the closest thing to my heart, because growing up playing basketball, we practiced a lot. And if you think about it, when I thought about this, it's quite intriguing, because when we started before we started the season, we would practice anywhere between 2 to 4 hours a day. Let's just say on average we practice 3 hours a day. We practice 6 days a week. So 6 days times 3 hours is, what is that? 18, right? 18 hours. So we practice 18 hours a week. And how many games did we play during the week? On average, we played 2 games per week, sometimes 3. So in each game, 20-minute halves, that's 40 minutes per game. So if we played 2 games that week, we're talking about showing up with our A game ready to compete and play as hard as you can for 40 minutes. And how long did we spend preparing for those 2 games? What was it, 18 hours? I don't have a calculator, maybe I should have been a little more prepared. But 18 hours, let's just round up to 20, because maybe we'll watch films or do some weights. So let's say 20 hours a week that we practiced. That's, you multiply 20 hours by what, 60 minutes? If I'm not mistaken, I think that's 1,200 minutes. Yeah. So we spent 1,200 minutes growing our stamina, growing our mental ability to withstand our competition. We spent 1,200 minutes practicing and growing our muscles just to show up and play for 80 minutes. So I ask you, and I ask our team, so if we work 8 hours a day, how much time do we practice? Do we just show up at 8 o'clock in the morning and we show up with our A game ready to win the day? If that's the case, I think we're setting ourselves up for mediocrity. So that's the third thing that we do, is we spend a lot of time growing our mindset, growing our instinct, so that when we're in our A game and we're working, the things that we do are going to be more instinctive and less of a mental game or less reactionary. It allows us to respond instinctively. So what that looks like in our company is, with our marketing and sales team, we do a lot of role playing. We spend hours and hours a week role playing, growing our experience and practicing, so that when we show up, we do and we can show up with our A game. We also do this with our help desk team, our team who is constantly interacting with our clients and end users on a daily basis. We can't just throw them in there and expect them to live out the Intelecis way if we don't spend the time growing them and developing them professionally, mentally, emotionally, and practice on a daily basis. So this third area of the growth mindset is the one that we spend the most time on in our team and ourselves. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was valuable for you. If you're looking to join our team, I hope you understand where we're coming from, and if you're a good fit, then you'd be somebody who would have this type of growth mindset and ready to be intentional about your growth, be excited about practices so that you can show up and bring your A game and compete and win the day. Thanks, guys.